Wow. That's fascinating too, that like this new thing emerges and then people just imitate the pattern of success, like whatever the successful pattern of that music.
Yeah. It wasn't out of artistry. It was out of, oh, this works, let's do what works.
Yeah. And for someone like you, like you seem to go on feel a lot, or just like what resonates with you.
That's it. It's all everything I do is just personal taste, and it's what the book's about. Is like really for people to trust, artists to trust in themselves, make something that speaks to themselves, and hopefully someone else will like it. But you can't second guess your own taste for what someone else is going to like. It won't be good.
Right.
You know, we're not smart enough to know what someone else is going to like. You know, to make something. Well, I don't really like it, but I think this group of people like it. It's a bad way to play the game of music or art. You have to do what's personal to you, take it as far as you could go, really push the boundaries, and people will resonate with it if they're supposed to resonate with it, but you can't get there the other way. You know, the other way is a dead-end path.
When artists are not successful yet, though, it's very difficult for them to find who they are, because they're always just trying to figure out what's the path to success, where success seems to be the carrot at the end of the stick. It's like there's always this something, you know, these guys have all this money, these guys have all these cars and these big houses. How do I get that? How do I get success? How do I fill up an arena? How do I become successful?
Yeah.
And so there's this temptation towards imitation.
Yeah, it's a dangerous path, and if you're getting into this business for that outcome, if that's the reason you're doing it, chances are it's not going to work out. I don't
most
think
of
that.
the time.
Yeah, that's not what makes it. What makes it great is the personal,
Yeah.
with all of its imperfections, with all of its quirkiness. That's what makes it great. How you see the world, that's different from how everyone else sees the world. That's why you're an artist. That's your purpose in sharing your work with the world.
And that seems to be the case with everything. With literature, it's definitely the case with stand-up comedy.
Everything.
We experience that in stand-up comedy, where there's these kind of derivative voices, where they're kind of like finding what they think other people want to hear, and they start saying it because they've heard other people say similar things that are now successful.
And even if they have some sort of a short-term success doing that, it's not revolutionary. It doesn't change the world. It doesn't last. You know, it can be a momentary thing, but it's never the thing. It's the people who you first see and you might not like that you come to like because you don't understand them at first. Those are the ones that change the world.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you dedicate your fandom to for life.
Yeah, I remember when Cypress Hill came out.
Yeah.
At first I was like, man, I don't know about this. You know, that nasally voice that Be Real had. I was like, I don't know about this. And then within like 6 months, they were like my favorite.
It's so good.
So good.
His voice is so good.